Here we go.
Alright, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Elspeth von Draken, the new Empire Lord for the Thrones of Decay DLC, and kind of going over everything that she's got going and tell you what my opinion of it is. So if you like this kind of content, be sure to leave me a like, comment, subscribe, all that, and we'll just jump right into it. Okay, so first off, her start, the way she starts here in Nuln is pretty good. You've got a pretty clear path up until you get Steingart and Fort Saul, and then usually Averland is in the way, so you'll need to get military access from them in order to go after the vampires. But yeah, it's a pretty decent start, not really any weird twists to it that you need to look at. Elspeth herself is really powerful. She's got some really good points in here. This Carmine dagger, her mount that she gets at rank 16 is amazing. She gets these banners that kind of sucks that it takes up a banner slot, but they are very powerful, and you have to put them on lords or heroes though, so keep that in mind. You'll need at least 2 heroes with her to use all 3 of the banners, and they're pretty good. Her special line here is battle healing cap minus 25%. She's basically made to fight the vampires, right? Winds of magic cost minus 15% for lore of death, so that's pretty good as well. Recruitment costs minus 25% for gunnery units, all armies. Hero capacity plus 2 for the engineer, and upkeep minus 10% for gunnery units in Lord's army. So that one's pretty amazing. Cooldown minus 50% to Dark Walker, and passive ability Living Darkness. That one's kind of meh. Here's the good one though. She gets regeneration, wound recovery time minus 2, and casualty replenishment rate plus 5% for her army. And then winds of magic cost minus 6 for the Purple Sun, and minus 9 for the Purple Sun upgraded, which is, you know, all the way out here. So you'll have to go through a lot of her line there in order to get to that. So her talents, you know, she's just got this one line that's a little bit of a twist, and the banners up here at the top are the only real interesting things on her skills. Particularly though the dragon, the breath ability on that dragon will almost 2-shot most lords or heroes. So you only have 3 uses per battle, but yeah, it ends up being really powerful. Between that and her what spell is that? Spirit Leech. Between that and her Spirit Leech taking down enemy lords is really, you know, not bad. Okay, so let's talk about the big one. The Imperial Gunnery School. Her whole special thing, right? Now, these perks that you get from the Imperial Gunnery School are stupid powerful. They are pretty good. At least some of them are really good, and then some are just kind of okay, good. But the problem with the gunnery school is leveling it up each time is the requirements for leveling it up may be just a little too high, because by the time you get it to where you can have these tier 3 perks from the gunnery school, you've already won your short campaign victory. Usually, I mean, that's probably how it's gonna be. But let's go ahead and go over the requirements. So right off, for the first tier, you have to have a total of 3 handgunners, which is fine. You probably want those units anyways, playing as her. You have to have the tier 2 firearms academy built, and you need to do 3 gunnery school upgrades, so 3 tier 1 perks unlocked, which they're not bad. I think if I remember right, it was like something like 60 schematics for the first tier. Really wasn't that bad. That was honestly, that's usually the easiest part of this. And you get, different things. You can read that if you want, but you get bonuses for doing that, as well as going to tier 2. Now this one is where it starts getting a little wonky, but it's not bad on this one either. Kill 1,500 enemies in battle with gunnery school units. That's not as bad as it sounds, honestly, because you're going to be using a lot of gunnery units with her regardless, so yeah. The one that slowed me down here was the foundry. So you're going to have one of your towns at tier 3 and then build the foundry. So that ends up taking a few turns to make that happen. And then 5 gunnery school upgrades. At this point, though, you're probably going to get 2 or 3 of the tier 2 perks unlocked. So, and then a couple of the tier 1 ones unlocked. So that one's not that bad. And then you get more bonuses once you get that completed. Now here's the part where I got a little frustrated with this. Kill 1,000 enemies in battle with amethyst units. Okay. Maintain a total of 3 units of the amethyst Ironsides. And use the Buna Bombard ability, whatever. So you see this and you think, well, maybe it's not too bad, but then you go to the Amethyst Armory, which is where you have to unlock each type of unit that you can get, right? So you need 3 Amethyst Ironsides. So the first unlock costs 1,000 schematics. The second one is 1,250, I believe, and the third one is 1,500 schematics to be able to have 3 of these units, and that's required to go to the tier 3 gunnery school. And then on top of that, these really aren't the units that you want in order to kill the 1,000 enemies in battle with your amethyst units. It's actually way easier to get it with the outriders, because once units break, you can chase units down and kill them with the outriders a lot easier So that's another 1,000 schematics you're gonna want to unlock an Amethyst Outrider to be able to do that. Then on top of that, you have upgrades for your Amethyst units that you can get here. I mean, these units are very powerful, though. I'm not. I don't know if they're worth that many schematics, but they are very powerful. But then the other requirement it was talking about, use the Buna Bombard ability. Well, that's going to that's right here, and that's going to cost you 750 schematics to get that. And that's just going to get you a one-time use ability in battle. That's all that is. That's all you're going to be able to. 750 schematics to use that ability one time in one battle. So, yeah, that's fun as well. But all in all, that's by the time you get to this point, you you should come close to having enough schematics. You may have to fight a few extra battles, but all in all, this was really slow to upgrade and took quite a while to get there. I mean, like turn 30, probably minimum. I can't remember how far I am, and yeah, I'm on turn 42. I haven't really had it all that long. That being said, the tier 3 perks that you get for having this upgraded are really good. Exploding ammunition for gunnery infantry units, that's it, kind of okay, but when you add it in with all this other stuff for your infantry gunnery units, it ends up being pretty good. Gunnery cavalry, once you get this disoriented part down here, again, it is really good. I went for the Hellstorm rocket battery one because you start with a Hellstorm rocket battery. So this is going to that one unit is going to do a lot of work for you over the course of the however many battles you have to fight to get to this point. But I really couldn't think of anything else I really wanted to upgrade. I mean, Hellblaster volley guns, that takes quite a while before you can even get them. The mortars are honestly not as good as the the Hellstorm rocket battery that you start with. And the cannon one is, yeah, okay, but I think you do start with a cannon with her. Yeah, you do. But again, I didn't like. I thought it would be better to upgrade the rocket battery. Now, once you get this grape shot, I think that is pretty powerful, and you'll kind of want to do that. But all in all, by the time you have it unlocked, it's like I'm kind of tired of this campaign already. Honestly, um, honestly, I've had a pretty easy time with her though. I haven't confederated Averlin, but I did confederate Reichland. Um, Talbeck Sterling took over the vampire counts pretty easy. I've got Ostermark. I mean, it just snowballs getting easier as you unlock these upgrades. So there's that to keep in mind. And then the last thing you get is her Gardens of More. Um, Honestly, I haven't even used this. Um, I think I did build one. Yeah, I built one here. Yeah, and it costs 2,000 to teleport to here if I want to. And I really just got that because I figured that these ogres would declare war on me or Averlin and start coming through, and I'd have to bring that army back. Turns out I wasted that money. Haven't needed to use it a single time. But when you build it, it's going to show this on your on the town that you put it on. I mean, that building's fine, but you know, don't really need that. Then you'll have three options up here. You can get more amethyst wizards. That kind of looked pretty good. At the time when I did this, I didn't have the money to do anything, and honestly, I haven't thought about it since I went ahead and built this. But right here, this building, though, the Temple of More, unlocks recruitment of Knights of More Elector Count state troops. So this is one of the problems I have with this campaign. I'll get to that in a second, though. And then the Militia of More, upkeep minus 25% for armies in around this region, basically. The only real benefit I saw from this one was global recruitment capacity +1 faction wide. That's pretty nice, but like I say, I haven't had any cause to build those yet, so yeah. So that was. Let me go back and talk about what I was talking about. One of the problems I had with this campaign. If you, well, her army's full, of course. Okay, here's one. If you look at recruit elector count state troops, they are all locked except for this one. I can't remember where I got that one from, honestly. I think I built, oh yeah, I do. I built a building in Nuln to unlock that one right here. So I can't remember how much this was. I think it was like 4,000, or it may have even been more. Now this building is really good and you want it, but playing as the Empire and not having access to the elector count state troops is just annoying, honestly. I have the same problem with Gelt's campaign. I've even confederated Reichland, and you still don't get access to it. If you want access to it, you have to go through the research, and it is right here. 7,500 per per research, right? I mean, I don't know. I never have that much money in my campaigns. If I have money, I'm spending it on buildings and troops and more armies and, all that kind of thing. I never have enough excess money laying around that I feel like I would waste it on this. I mean, the elector count state troops are really good, but 7,500 to unlock, what's this, 1, 2, 3 units for that one, 2 units from this one, 2 units from that one. You see what I mean? It's a lot of money to be able to recruit those troops. And I have the same problem with these. Who's going to pay 7,000 for this? I mean, maybe at a turn 100, but before then, I can't see it. And then all of these for, I can't see it. I just can't see it. But yeah, that's one of the biggest problems I have with this campaign is even after you confederate Racklin, you're not getting the elector count state troops, and I really don't think that's really necessary. But like I said, I had the short victory achieved before I made it to the tier 3 gunnery school. I just continued playing because I wanted to try out some of those perks. And yeah, I mean, at this point, I could easily do the long campaign at this point. Really, just the 70 settlements is the only thing really holding me back there. I'm missing just a couple of settlements in each of these is all I'm really missing. So yeah, I actually really did like this campaign. I really like the fact that she buffs all the gunnery units, and you want to use those kinds of units with her army. Just for example, like I don't have any frontline infantry units. I'm only using Free Company militia, and then I've got the Ironsides, and then I have some Pistoliers, and basically everything in this army contributes to schematics. So you're encouraged to use the gunnery units, and I like that. And she buffs them up and makes them better, and I like that also. But I do feel like there are a few problems with this campaign that really need to be tweaked. Like just the requirements for going up the gunnery school tiers. I think they should be lowered just a little bit. The way it is now, it's pretty ridiculous. It takes quite a while to be able to get to tier 3. And I don't think it should take quite as long. So I think it's going to be about turn 30 or so. You may be able to get to tier 3. I feel like that should be more like 20, 25, somewhere in that range. Just a little easier to get access to it. And the elector count state troops, I really think that's something that needs to be available for all the legendary lords the way it was before. To where you had to control like Marienburg or Altdorf to get access to those elector count state troops. I like that a lot better than the way they've changed it now. So just keep in mind that is a downside to playing this campaign. If you really want those troops, you're gonna pay out the ass for it. But all in all, it was a lot of fun. I do think it needs to be tweaked a little bit and made just a little easier to get up the tiers. But other than that, I mean, it's been a lot of fun. So that's all I've got for you on this one. I'm not going to show any gameplay footage. You can check out my live streams on my channel where I was playing this campaign if you want to. But be sure to leave me a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. Let me know what you think about this campaign, and I'll see you in the next one.